Today on Trucks and Tractor Power, we truly are on the edge of the Everglades in Naples, Florida.
Well, Gary, these people normally are used to seeing a lot of horsepower and water. Today, they're going to see the Monster Truck Air Force.
We've already gone through qualifying, and BIGFOOT 8, to no one's surprise, Andy Brass, the fast qualifier, up against Tropical Thunder in round 1. Then it's KRUNCH and Boss GATOR. Also in round 1, the Carolina Crusher against Black Stallion. Snakebite, Colt Cobra goes up against the Toyota High Expectations. And it's Taurus against No Problem. The first round fast loser advances to round 2. So once again, the fast qualifier, there he is, the blue truck, BIGFOOT 8 out of St. Louis, Missouri. The driver is Andy Brass. This is the two-frame. They all copy a winner. That's what they're going to now. And Andy goes up against Wayne Smozanic in Tropical Thunder. Wayne, a local boy from Jupiter, Florida, wanting to do well here before the local fans. His partner, Ted Holden, is in the grandstand, so he wants a good ride here this afternoon. He goes up against Andy Brass. And let's go down now to the pit area, some observations from Army Armstrong.
Hey, Gary, I just found something kind of interesting back here in the pit area. The Tropical Thunder crew, they just purchased a new set of axles and housings and steering assembly for the truck. They're trying to update their equipment. Where they got this equipment from was the BIGFOOT team, but where it started life from, you kids get this, these are rear end assemblies out from underneath school buses, just like the one you took to school today.
Oh, Army, they didn't go to school today. This is the weekend. I tell you what, I love that jacket. You can't get lost in the crowd, can you?
Hey, they did go to Sunday school, Gary.
All right, BIGFOOT goes up against Tropical Thunder.
A lot of pressure on this local kid. Not going to do it, Gary. Andy Brass, the number 8 truck, looking awfully strong.
I think in that case it was just superior equipment in BIGFOOT 8. You could see the torque coming off the line right here. Andy had the whole shot.
Well, just a moment ago I was telling you about the new equipment that the Smozanic team's buying. Look at the way that the BIGFOOT truck lands. It's landing soft. Smozanic old-style truck's not going to work.
Let's go down now and check in with Andy Brass.
Andy, tell me about the track out there this afternoon.
The track's a lot different from what we thought it was going to be. It's a real sandy track. All the guys thought we was just going to be breaking the tires loose on the line and spinning between the cars there, but it's real soft. There's a lot of water in the sand. It's biting real hard, so everybody's trying to come off the line a little easier, and the guys are starting to change a lot of gear ratios. We made our first run, and now we're going to go back and change the truck according.
Good enough. We'll see you in the next round.
All right, Arnie.
And just like other forms of motorsports, it's a case of reading the track, making sure you know what the truck wants in any given track conditions. Here's a look at the Ford Boss GATOR. This is Jimmy Harrington, another local boy out of Florida, out of LaBelle, Florida. And he pulls up alongside the Texan, Scott Stevens, the Auto Value King KRUNCH. And Scott has had a tough year so far. He's been upside down a number of times.
Yeah, he spent, I think, more time on his lid than he has on tires. But that's racing. That's the kind of competition you're going to see here. Something else you're going to see here. The old-style trucks in the far lane. Stevens with the new-style truck. We keep talking about that, but once the spectator at home can see the difference, look at that. The new suspension, this sport, the technology in this sport is phenomenal.
Well, it's certainly a problem, though, with the Boss GATOR Ford truck.
Well, it was just too stiff. It's too rough a ride. Stevens, like I say, he absorbed the energy like a sponge. This would be a good class project for a mathematics teacher all over the country. Kids can figure out how absorbing that energy works. You talk about my jacket. Look at your gloves on the lineup.
No, I like that jacket. You got to get me a jacket like that. There's Gary Porter, the Carolina Crusher, and he could well be a guy to beat here this afternoon out of Wadesboro, North Carolina. Gary Porter in a Chevrolet. He goes up against Mike Vaughters in the Black Stallion Ford.
And Porter is notorious for his starting line. Vaughters comes onto the tour. It's about the 5th race we've had a chance to see this kid. He's trying to come up and go head-to-head with the big guys. Let's see if he can do it. Chevrolet on the right, Ford on the left. Porter in the far lane, notorious for strong starting line leads. Hey, this kid in the Ford gets off with him, Gary.
Oh, it's head-to-head right now, but look at that. Over the second jump, it was the Carolina Crusher.
Andy Brass, in the interview a moment ago, said you could put the horsepower to the track between the jumps. It's exactly what Gary Porter did.
Taking a look again, they come off the line, fender against fender. But about right here, the Carolina Crusher nails the hammer. Gary Porter has the advantage before he gets over that second set of cars. And looky here. Here he is, Colt Cobra, the Snakebite, out of Cobra Creek, Colorado. Who is this guy? Well, he's a fan favorite right now. And the Snakebite will go up against a most unusual truck, a Toyota powered by a 454 Chevrolet engine. This is Scott Palmer out of Jacksonville, Florida.
Now, Colt Cobra comes into this thing kind of like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. who is this guy? You're exactly right. Nobody knows. Everybody's speculating as to who it is, but bottom line, he's going to tell you he's the best monster truck. And it's got to be working because you notice the name Hot Wheels on the side. This guy has only been on tour half a year and signed a major sponsor already.
Well, talk about a snake bite. Scott Palmer finds himself snake bitten at the starting line. High expectations. The Toyota with the 454 Chevrolet power plant never got off the starting line. Coming right at you. And there is Colt Cobra in the snake bite truck, and he's standing by with Army.
Well, Colt Cobra, be very honest about it. The first run wasn't that tough on you. You ought to be ready to go on this next one.
That's right, Army. We come into this race, we knew we were down. You know, our truck weighs about 14,000 pounds. You know, everybody's calling us the bad guys. Let me tell you one thing. They ain't seen bad, but it's coming.
Well, he can be mouthy, Army, but he can also back it up with his right foot as we take a look at John Moore's No Problem, another unique vehicle here on the circuit. This is the Bronco out of Lafayette, Tennessee. John Moore, No Problem, the Ford. And he goes up against, well, a newcomer as a driver, but certainly a talented driver. This is Eldon Depew driving Taurus out of Granite City, Illinois, just across the river from St. Louis. Uncle Jack Willman, the truck owner. Jack Sr. and Jr. both have driven. Now it's Eldon Depew in the cockpit as Taurus goes up against No Problem.
Boy, and John Moore drills him on the line. Depew's got to pull it back in the middle.
He does. He does. Oh, he almost comes over on the nose and goes over at the finish line. You're right. John Moore had the whole shot. Eldon Depew had to come from behind.
But what that is the fact that Moore is one of the old pros. He knew what he's got to do to get to this kid, and he did it. But Depew has something Moore didn't have on this run. He had the horsepower.
He got the whole shot, but Eldon takes the victory, and he's with Army.
Gary, we're standing with a young man right now that's kind of showing us how cool he is. Eldon, John Moore tried to play mind games with you, rocking back and forth and everything. You just kind of stayed with it and ran your own race.
Yeah, I don't pay much attention to the other person on the starting line. I just get up there and do my own thing and make sure I'm ready.
How about the truck pulling on the other end? That's what won the race for you, not the starting line.
Yeah, the truck runs real strong, you know. I just want to get over the first set of cars smooth and then hammer for the second set.
That wraps up round one competition. A good crowd on hand here in the south of Florida, but you have the best seat in the house. So stay tuned. We're coming back for round two competition from Florida Sports Park in Naples, Florida.